Let's get this situated. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your humble YouTube live stream host, Timothy J. Ward, back with another live stream, seeing if anybody's out there, seeing if anybody wants to talk, seeing if this Wi-Fi is as good as they claimed it was on the Airbnb website. It's supposed to be some pretty swift Wi-Fi going on. Autumn, how you doing? It's supposed to be some pretty swift Wi-Fi going on in this Airbnb. So we're gonna see. We're gonna find out. Hopefully it'll be amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? How are you doing, Cole? It is, as I just said, less than 30 seconds ago. Henster, how you doing? Timothy Ward, coming to you from out the country. Okay. Finally, after close to 3 years, we use the passport again. Jay Cortez, what up? B Moore, how's it going? Lisa, what up? After 3 years, we finally used the passport again. Took a trip down here to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Just soaking up the sun, soaking up the heat, soaking up the culture. Just having a blast. It feels great. I almost can't, as much as I thought about for the past 3 years, getting out the country again, it feels good to have did it, you know. I said, man, I've been here once before in 2018, I think it was. But I was like, man, I got to use the passport. I don't care if I go somewhere I've already been. I got to break this cycle of, you know what I mean? 2020 had a lot of us, you know what I mean? Screwed up. Things changed. Things shifted. I noticed differences in myself, just like, 2020, and then just like living in Bozeman for a while, and then living in Colorado. Like, I noticed differences in me. Like, I didn't realize. And then we'll get back to the topic of what this stream is going to be about. How's everybody doing? I didn't realize how much comfort really affects us. You know what I mean? It was crazy back in 2018, 2019, when I was living in employee housing and didn't really have a home. It was nothing for me to like hop on a plane and go somewhere, But when I got comfortable, when I start like renting a room somewhere and being there for a year plus, or when I got an apartment with a lease, it was easier to stay home. You know what I mean? When I got comfortable, it was easier to be like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Because in 2022, I had opportunities to go out the country. Most places that opened back up, regulations were gone for the most part. I just didn't do it. I had got too comfortable. And at the time, I didn't realize it, but I was always making plans and then canceling the flights or backing out of it. And in hindsight, I'm like, oh, that's what it is. As much as I talk about comfort zone and getting out of it, it took me kind of getting back into one to once again reaffirm like how bad they are in some instances. How much they can hold you down. Because I was like, dang, when I got comfortable, it was so much easier to just stay home. Now, I don't want any type of like pushback, or if it seemed like it was going to be too uncomfortable, I was going to have to figure too much stuff out, I was like, I'm not going to go. And then there was like this feeling of relief of staying home. You know what I mean? Which isn't good. So we back. We ain't got no lease no more. We're not comfortable no more. We back out here, man. Feels good. How's it going? What else we got in the chat? That Mexico Wi-Fi is different. I hope so. TLC. Oh, the quality's nice. Okay. Jerron, yeah, man. We gonna be safe, always, or we think we're gonna be. We'll see. What's up, Angelo? Oh, that's the fan. I might actually turn the fan off. Hold on. Oh, I turned it off. Oh, what? Uh-oh. Is that off? So, I probably gave y'all a weird shot right there. I apologize. I was trying to turn the fan off. Yeah, that's the ceiling. And it's the mirror in the ceiling fan. Hey, MXB vibes. Yeah. You can't always wait for someone to travel with you. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes you just gotta go. Because if you wait for someone to go with you, unless you just got that adventurous friend who has the freedom and the money, like it takes so much a lot of times. A big one is like the time. That did not turn the fan off. A big one is like the time. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't have the time. Then they have to have the finances. And then they have to have the adventurous spirit. There's so many things that have to line up for two people to travel together. Um, if you if you can find that, amazing. But if not, you gotta go by yourself. You know what I mean? And there's something about solo travel that just, I know for me, builds up so much confidence because it's just like, oh, I know A, I wasn't afraid to go somewhere on my own, but also B, I can go somewhere on my own and figure everything out. And whenever you travel, there's always things. There's always things. For example, today I went down to Walmart because y'all know me. I go to the same places on vacation that I go to at home. So I went down to the Walmart, and I took an Uber, which is like $4.65 to take an Uber to the Walmart. It's super cheap. And so I was like, well, I'll take an Uber there, do some shopping, and I'll take the Uber back. I get outside, I do my shopping, I go outside, try to call my Uber, and you know how the iPhone does. You have to constantly, on an iPhone, you have to constantly be like updating apps. When I have my Android, I like never updated apps. And the apps work fine. On your iPhone, if you don't update the app, it don't work. So my Uber app needed to be updated, but I'm on roaming data. So of course, it didn't want to like update. It was going to take it like 30 minutes to download the update because it's on like roaming. Do you want to do it on roaming? So I'm like, my plan was to take an Uber home. Yeah, I could just grab one of these taxis up here, but not knowing the language, it's always a little hard for me to like take a taxi. Especially like if I'm going to a hotel, it's easy because usually like hotel so and so. But going to Airbnb, I mean, I could just show them the address. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't want to take it. I don't want to deal with that. So I just walked. So I just like walked home. I just walked to the Airbnb. Like I pulled it up on Google Maps and I was like, I'm walking. And I was like, it's gonna take us through where it's gonna take us through. And there wasn't any area that I was kind of like, ooh. There was one spot where it wanted me to go this way and up this way, and I went this way and up that way because there was a dude like chilling on the side of the bike. And I was like, nah, I don't need them problems. If you know what I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't have been no problem, but I was like, I'm gonna go this way. But just there's always little stuff. There's always something you plan on doing traveling and then it don't work out. And you like, nah, I gotta figure this out. That's all, you know what I mean? And that gives you so much confidence because you're just like, oh, stuff happens, I figure it out. When you have a partner, both of y'all figure it out. And it still, builds confidence, but not as much, I think. That did not turn the ceiling fan off. Oh. I wonder if I had it off. Maybe that did it. Okay. We back. Yeah, Ricky, we here, man. Enjoying it. Daniel, I'm in Puerto Vallarta. Yes. And I only brought 2 suitcases, Lee. Yes. I only brought two suitcases. I got my backpack and my carry-on suitcase. Yeah. What up, Bobby? Agent A, what up, what up, what up? No, actually, Lee, to fly out of Bozeman, I think it was cheaper or just the same to fly out of Denver. Because I looked at both. Actually, and there's more, here's what's crazy. Hashtag only fly Delta. Shout out to Delta. They actually hooked me up. We'll get to that story. They hooked me up. There are more options to fly from Bozeman to Puerto Vallarta than from Denver. Denver, because I looked for Denver and it was a hassle. Because I was going to do this trip before, didn't do it. It was a hassle. You only go certain days and coming back. You know how to $534. But then like when you book the return flight, the price goes up. So it was a hassle coming out of Denver. Coming out of Bozeman, yeah, I think it was right over $500. And there was so many options. Like it was way better flying out of Bozeman than flying out of Denver, which is crazy. That's one thing and it has to do with airlines and, I know because from Bozeman, it goes right to Salt Lake City, boom, quick trip. Denver would have to go through, where did it go through from Denver? It might have been LAX. Like it was just complicated, but yeah, this is way easier. It wasn't that expensive. I think it was like 500 some bucks. Yeah. Linz, I'm in Puerto Vallarta. I'm great. Spent all day walking. Like I walked down to the Malecon by the beach. Walked back, took a nap because I was pooped because that was like 2 hours of straight walking. Took a nap, watched some softball. Then I went to Walmart, had to walk back from Walmart. A lot of walking today. So in like 85 degree weather, which is good. I need that. Tony, what up? I appreciate that sidelines. Yeah, if you had your passport, you could get down here, bro. I got a 2-bedroom Airbnb. I got 2 bedrooms. I didn't realize it was 2 bedrooms, but it was like nice. In a minute, I might show you the Airbnb. It was nice. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a black dude who was the host. I was like, that's cool. Support black business. Okay. And had great reviews. And then when I got here, I was like, oh, it's 2 bedrooms. Okay. So I might sleep in the second bedroom a couple nights. What up, Jay? What up, Kathy? Spirit Airlines. Nah, Delta. Oh, that's what I said. Yeah. Delta hooked me up from the flight from Salt Lake City to Puerto Vallarta. They put me in Comfort Plus. They put your boy in Comfort Plus, not first class right behind it, But because you know me, I'm always on the app. I'm always checking my seat. I just been on so many flights. I know that they'll change your seat sometime, and like I always try to sit as far back as possible by the window, right? So sometimes they'll play around with the seat, and I have to go up there and be like, no, I want it seat. Say if you're like row 30. Sometimes they'll move you up because they don't think anybody wants to sit that far back. So, they might move you up to row 25 if the flight's not full. So I'm always checking. So I was about to get on the plane and my app for some reason wasn't loading, iPhone. And I'm going back to my Android one day. And so I finally got my app to upload and it said my seat had been changed to 15A. I'm like, 15A? I'm like, hold on. So I pulled up the seat selection. I'm like, that's Comfort Plus. I'm like, they done upgraded your boy? And A was a window seat too. I usually sit on the right side window. A is the left side window. So I'm like, they done upgraded your boy? But I am a silver medallion elite member. Your boy does get a few perks, you know what I mean? So I guess maybe there was some people who wanted to sit together. And so they pushed me up to Comfort Plus. And I actually got the row to myself. It was crazy. The rest of the flight was like booked out back in the back. But but yeah, up at Comfort Plus, like there was nobody sitting next to me, and on the other side of the aisle, there was just like, and they kind of annoyed me because they were like, "Hey, sir, can you swap sides of the aisle with us so we can sit behind our family?" And I'm like, I didn't mind doing. I just don't like being bothered. You know what I mean? I don't like. Anyway, I did swap seats with them. But I think they could tell they bothered me. I don't like being bothered. Leave me alone. But shout out to Delta for hooking your boy up. I'd never sat in Comfort Plus before. It was like an old plane though, so I didn't get the new Comfort Plus perks. But it was cool. It was cool. Shout out to Delta. Travis, you got the DoorDash in the Vegas heat? Okay. Hey, hustle. Felix Cat checking in. Jay, appreciate you saying my favorite live stream. Thank you. EB, I choose this location because I've been here before and I liked it. And I hadn't been out the country in so long that I was like, let me just go somewhere, get another stamp on the passport, somewhere pretty, I don't have a lot of stress around it. Like I said, I got comfortable past few years. It was harder than it should have been for me to leave the country again. It's crazy. So I said, let me just go somewhere. I'm a big believer in baby stepping. You don't always have to do the biggest, craziest thing. I said, let me start over. Let me go back to the first place I ever went, first time I ever left the country, start over again. You know what I mean? I know my way around a little bit. So yeah, that's why I came back here. A passport is probably $120, I think, Lee. It's harder to renew your license than it is to get a passport sometimes. Like for I thought it would be crazy. Like, it's not even that hard. You fill out some papers, you go to the courthouse, you raise your right hand, boom, boom, it's in the mail. Daryl, how's it going? Tony, I would, if you're serious about sobriety, I would make the first day possible your first day of sobriety. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, if you're really serious about it, I would do it today. Or what, you know what I mean? Um, or you can wait till whatever day you want to make it. But I feel like it's sobriety is so important. You want to seize the day as quickly as possible. Edward out there working security in Boston. What up? What up? Gareth, how's it going? Lonnie, I'm living, man. We back out here, man. Feels good. Feels good. We back out here. Like I said in the title, like sometimes you got to go somewhere different and see. Like it's weird, and this is why I think everybody should travel. You know, it's cool to go somewhere and see all the differences. Like I love traveling. I don't do like the fancy stuff, the touristy stuff. Like the dude I rent the Airbnb from, super nice guy. He messaged me, was like, "Hey, I got a website with a lot of like things you can do in Ports of Vallarta. You'll get a discount since you rent it through us. Since you rented my Airbnb, blah blah blah." I don't do that type of stuff though. You know, I don't do the tourist stuff. I just like walking around and seeing the differences. You know, the buggies at Walmart are different. Not the buggies, but the baskets are different. The baskets have wheels. I've seen those. Like it's just little. Yeah, I went to Walmart. I'm gonna do a video on Walmart. I'm gonna do a short inside Walmart. They keep getting me in the Walmart because the prices are in pesos, so they're so much higher. And I'm like, I'm not about to pay $45 for some microwave chicken wings. I'm like, 10 pesos. Like it just get like you remember, but like it keeps. I'm like, oh, Tim, cool. And then I have to do the math. Okay, 45 pesos. I'm like $3. Um, I constantly walk around converting stuff to pesos and having a fit about it. Only thing I don't have a fit about is Uber. Everything else, I'm like $10, and it's cheap. Even when it's a deal, I'm like, but yeah, I just like seeing the differences. But despite seeing the differences, which is cool, you also realize, oh, we're all just people. You know what I mean? Like that's why I think the beauty of travel is just like when it comes to people, is seeing, oh, we're all like people do stuff different. They live in different environments, things that like I naturally do, they don't do. You know what I mean? Like we're different, but we're all the same. Sometimes you got to see some different stuff from different people to realize, oh, it's different, but it's the same. We're all humans. We're all in this, like, like, I don't know. I just enjoy that. I enjoy seeing different stuff, but then having little interactions. Like my Uber driver from the airport, super nice guy. He was learning English. So like, we got to talk in English, which is good because I don't speak no Spanish. And a couple different words. He was like, "Hey, is this word correct?" Like he was a really nice guy, but just he was telling how he wants to go work in Canada and come back here and like own property. I don't know. You mean the same stuff you would hear from an Uber driver in Denver, you hear from an Uber driver in Mexico. It was just pretty cool. And he's making bank. My guy is making bank down there driving Uber. Okay, let me get back. I can go on forever about that. Let me get back to the comments. Hey, people said nice shirt. Thank you. Thank you. We got to geek out sometimes. Daryl said, do you feel safer where you are now? I feel very safe, yes. Safer than downtown Denver? Definitely. I say that a lot. Like I go, some of the times when I've been out the country, I felt safer than definitely places I've been in the States. I mean, it's just because every place has safe areas and not so safe areas. You know what I mean? So when I travel, I try to travel to the safe areas. And like, that's why when people are like, oh, don't go to Mexico. I'm like, bro, just go to like the safe area. Like, where do you think like the old retirees go? If it was that dangerous, they would for the record, one of the places they come is here because they was out today. But which is always good. I know if I'm walking down the street and I'm like, but I see like I'm like, oh, it's a safe street. But yeah, you just go. You know what I mean? You just go to a nice area. Can bad stuff happen anywhere? Yeah, but that can happen in the States. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, I've had people tell me not to come to Mexico, and I know where they stay. And I'm like, bro, like, I probably wouldn't walk down your street after 4 p.m. But like, you know what I mean? Rich people walking around it, you know what I mean? Like, or not even just, it doesn't have to be about that, but just like It's like my Uber driver was telling me. He was like, man, because he's from Mexico City. He was like, yeah, Mexico City, some places you gotta, but he was like, I love it here because you don't have to worry. It's safe, you know? So yeah, I feel really safe. Corey, I always stay away from bars and fake friends. Definitely. Definitely. Oh, what we got? Hey, hey, hey. Gwez Peas. Jesus Peas. Jesus Peas. I'm not G's. I'm just gonna call you G's. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Super Chat Squad. I appreciate that love. Thank you so much, Super Chat Squad in the building. So let's send some love to Two Suitcase Timmy. I appreciate that. That is love. Thank you so much, Super Chat Squad in the building. We here. Thank you. I appreciate the love. Sorry if I butchered your name. I was trying, but it's been a long day. I've been doing a lot of walking. Been in the heat. You know what I mean? Been in the heat. Yeah, I mean, so sorry. I'm not totally on point. Tips on how to get deals on hotels. I think really, Maryland. I don't really think it's a. I think it's more of a numbers game, and what I mean by that is, just get on the apps and look. I just do a lot of research. I think that's really what it is. It's just doing a lot of research. Like this Airbnb, I just kept getting on Airbnb and zooming in, zooming out, checking different dates. The deals pop up the same with hotels. Like I use Booking, so I just get on Booking. I basically use Booking.com, Airbnb, and they'll have deals on there sometimes. But it's really just running the numbers, doing the research. I'm not really one of the basement deals people. So I want to stay in a decent place, and I just try to find the best price, the nicest place for the best price. And occasionally I'll just be like, "Ooh, that place is nice. I'm gonna stay there." But yeah, I think it's really just a numbers game. Appreciate y'all hitting the like button. Thank you, thank you. I like that, Chase Carey. He who never leaves home will always think his mom is the best cook. I like that. I like that. I like that. It's true, man. You gotta get out there and taste about the cooking, whatever that means. Shack I'm in Puerto Vallarta. Miss Witt 205, good to see you too. Irma, exactly. Like it's a spiritual thing. You know what I mean? Just walking down the street and just observing, and it's kind of humbling. It is definitely humbling, especially when you don't speak the language. Now we're Americans, so we gonna speak English anywhere. Our dude in Walmart was speaking English. The lady was looking at him like, and she actually understood a little, but she was like, what? I was like, why is he anyway? We don't speak English anymore, but it is humbling to be somewhere and like you don't know. You mean everybody else talking and you can't communicate. It's humbling to get looked at like, why you don't know the language? But I think that's good. You know what I mean? If you only stay in your country, especially places like America, you get this superiority sometimes. And you say some people say all kinds of crazy stuff about people who come to our country from other countries. Sometimes you got to go to. Sometimes you got to be the one who no speak a, who can't communicate. It's good. It's humbling. You know what I mean? Like it's humbling to be looking around like we're to not be able to figure stuff out. It's to not be able to instantly know something and have to figure it out, or maybe ask for help. Someone come help you. It's humbling, but I think it's a good humble. And that's why most of the people you'll see who go around loudly shouting that one country or the other is the best on the earth, most of them have never been to any other ones. There might be people who travel and are like, oh yeah, I like this place better. But people who are like best country ever, they never been nowhere. Because you would realize, most places are pretty cool. But yeah, I think it's like a life-changing, it's you know what I mean? I mean, I think we're meant to see more, Hey, Lee, a long way from Greyhound, but I feel safer here than on Greyhound, like legit. You know what I mean? Oh, your mom's in Mexico too? Shout out to Ricky's mom. James, I have been to Thailand, yes, and that's another place I want to go back to. Yeah. I have not been to Japan. Japan's on the list. Honestly, Japan, I'm just waiting for them to get rid of the regulations, and then I want to go. That's what I'm saying. It's not about the country. It's about like about the place you go. You know, Rosalind. Yeah, you need to come through. It's nice. Like it's and they're so it's so much more like condos and like they're building it up. You know what I mean? They're building it up. I think this is it's already a hot spot for like expats and stuff, but like I think it's going to be even bigger in the future. Even from when I was here in 2018, it's different. I'm like, dang, that wasn't there before. Like it's they're building it up. I don't think there's a Motel Six. No, Lee. Nah, it'd be. I don't know how to say Motel Six in Spanish. Dang it. I see you, Chase Terry, staying at the Best Western for free. Okay, okay. Yeah, man, we out here working on that tan. There's gonna be a distinct difference. Like there'll be a farmer's tan, like right here, from wearing short sleeves out in that sun. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna get that tan in. Hollis the Hobo, love that name. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, we're gonna stay safe. Appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Lino, you down in Arizona? Okay, okay. That Pacific Northwest rain coming through. Okay, okay, okay. Fifth Dimension, hello. Your family in Mexico always thinks you got money. We live that man. We be broke up there. Autumn, I have only eaten from Walmart. You know, and this is an area where all the people tell me you're not an introvert. This is an area where my introversion definitely comes out. It is very hard for me to go eat at like new restaurants, especially when the menu's in Spanish. You know, so there are some, especially down like on the Malecon or the Marina. There's some restaurants that are in English, like the English and Spanish, and they speak English because I went there before, so I might go to one of those. But like, it's especially when you're by yourself. Like if I had a travel buddy with me, maybe a little different. But for me to just walk in a restaurant by myself in a different country when I'm not sure, you know what I mean, what the language situation is going to be, I don't know. So I just been eating, buying food at the Walmart and cooking it. You know, got that full kitchen. Got that full kitchen at the Airbnb. Oh boy, got that full kitchen. You see it? Yeah. Uh-huh. So, you know, I just been buying food from Walmart and cooking it. There we go. You back focus. Who out there yelling? Reef, I'm honestly have not made any plans for this year past summer. And that's just going to my seasonal job. So I'd love to travel some more this year, but I haven't made any plans past summer. F Doctor, I'm probably just down there for like a week. Um, yeah, man, a lot of I keep saying in the future they are going to put up a wall to keep Americans out of Mexico. Everybody thinks I'm joking. I'm telling you, they going in the future. I don't think it will be this easy. It won't be that easy. Now you can just come down and stay for 6 months. You know what I mean? Boom. You don't even need like a real visa. I mean, I think it is a tourist visa, but like it don't even. It's so easy. They're gonna change that. They're gonna change that. There gonna be so many Americans coming. You know what I mean? Because I think when more because more Americans and they see a lot. My Uber driver was telling me a lot of Canadians come down too. When more people just realize that like you can come down here and the cost of living is lower, but you can get like the same standard of living. More and more people are going to come down here. You know, like it's the states just get too expensive. James, you're heading to Spain and Italy. Nice, nice. Nah, yeah. See, I'm just not a big eater outer. Like I just, you know what I mean. I just get something from Walmart, chef something up, put it in the microwave. I'm chilling. Yeah, it was a pretty spontaneous trip. Yeah. Priya, how you doing? How you doing? Super Chat Squad. That's love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, so much gender wars, trans, gay, hetero, how to love. Um, I think it falls to Super Chat Squad. Thank you. I just think it falls to each one of us to be bigger than I think it's all distraction. You know what I mean? I think it's all distraction and division. I think it falls to each one of us to be bigger than that. I love everybody. So like, it don't matter to me who you sleep with, where you from, what color you are, what gender you want to be, what gender you are. I don't care. I love everybody. Everybody's a human being to me. So like, I just try to stay above it all. Like, if you get wrapped up in why is the world like this? I wish we would stop doing this. The world's going to stop doing what it's going to stop doing when it stops doing it. You know. So I think you can identify something like, man, I wish this was not like this. It's annoying, but we can't get wrapped up in it, or you'll stay wrapped up in that state until it might be 100 years before it changes. It might never change. We're always, as humans, we're always hating people over something. So I just I start with me. You know what I mean? I think we have to start with ourselves, with the love, and then associate with other people who love on that same level. And then you'll find yourself surrounded by love, and like that other stuff won't even be able to like breach your perimeter of love. You know what I mean? But yeah, if we stay dialed in on that, it'll just mess with you, because you're like, why can't we just all get along? But it's like, okay, I can. So I just, I just look beyond all the labels, and they're all humans. I love everybody. Great question. Thank you. Hang on 2 seconds, folks. I got to get my bottle of water. I had it in the freezer, nice and cold. It almost froze. Uh-oh. Oh. Oops. I'm about to blow. Oh, that's why there's ice in the lid. Okay, hold on. This is not going well. Hold on, folks. This is not going well at all. There's ice in the cap. Tim, if you just let it melt, it'll melt away. Tim, just let it melt. Okay. That may not have been my best idea. Corlivia, what up? What up? Read in the comments. Yeah, probably won't be making a video about authentic Mexican food. Every time I travel, y'all know me. I'm not really a foodie, and I'm not really a travel vlogger. I know this about myself. I wish I was a travel vlogger. I wish I was. Honestly, my channel would probably be doing a lot better. I just not, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'll do videos. I'll do the same videos in a different country. I'm just not a like vlog what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I'm not a food person, so you know me. I'm gonna try to do some walk and talks, things like that. But it's gonna be the same kind of line as I always do. Yes, Travis, I have had that forgetting where you are feeling. It happened today. I was watching softball, women's softball, go Alabama, Roll Tide, and it was just like that weird feeling, because like I'm watching the announcers were speaking English, but my mind was thinking on like something earlier in the, you know what I mean? Like I was kind of like taking a nap but watching, and my brain had this weird feeling I'm like, oh, wait a second, I'm in Mexico. Because I was like, why am I thinking about like Spanish? Because I was, if I'm laying in bed watching softball. That's something I've done 100 times. This morning when I first woke up, I had that feeling of like, oh snap, I'm somewhere and I don't know anybody. And that lasted for about 10 seconds. And then I was like, whatever. Because I woke up and like I thought I was in my apartment. And then I'm like, oh, I'm not. And like in my apartment, my roommate was always in the next room. And it just kind of was like, oh, say, snap. Like nobody's in the next room. Then I'm like, oh, snap. Like nobody knows. I don't know anybody here. And it was like a weird feeling for like 10 seconds. And I was like, oh, well, whatever. Tom just got back from UK. Nice. Eye-opening to the madness we live in here. Don't want to come back. Didn't want to come back. I'm telling you, I like people, there's differences. And when you see them sometimes, you're like, oh snap, like we okay, that is a little weird what we were doing. F Doctor, I used Airbnb. Um, I think this one, it's got the full kitchen, bathroom, and two bedrooms. And I think it was five, just a little over, maybe like five with taxes and everything. I think it was like 530 for the week. So, like, once again, I didn't need a two bedroom, but like, I really liked the place. And it has a washer dryer. That was big. Like, most Airbnbs don't have a washer and dryer. So, I had a washer and dryer. So, I paid a little more than I definitely could have got cheaper. Totally. But I was like, I mean, that's cheaper than for a hotel in the States for a week, you know? So, yeah. Sean, check it in. What up? Vanessa, yes. Hashtag I only fly Delta. So yeah, I flew Delta. You never been on one? Oh, you gotta go. Planes are great. I love it. I love airplanes. I love the airport. I love the airport and then airplanes. The airport's probably like one of my favorite, one of the places I appreciate most on the planet. E Money, what up? What up? I don't know about that. I don't know about being a passport, bro, but we use our passport when we can, which I didn't see, from 5 years ago, there's a lot more variety of foreigners here, which I really appreciated. You know, Black folks showing up. I'm starting to see, okay. Oh, thank you, Bobby. Thank you. NYC has robot cops now. I can believe that. I can believe that. AI is coming. I was watching a video a couple days ago, 3 days ago, about AI from like a content creation standpoint. Like I'm telling you, AI is going to be here quicker. Like it's here, but it's going to be here quicker than most people think. Like it's going to change the game. Like we will give up all kinds of whatever for convenience, and AI is going to make our lives very convenient on some levels. So yeah, it's going. The world, I think, in 5 years is going to look way different than it does now. 5 to 10 years, like the world is AI is going to take over our lives so quick. Um, I mean, just think of it in lines of say how much something like Uber changed the world. You know, that's an example of how the internet, phones, now you got Uber, you got the gig apps. That's a huge, someone like me, I take Uber a lot. I get my food DoorDashed. Game changer for me. Now imagine in even a bigger scale with AI. You know what I mean? Doing that in so many aspects of our life. Like it's AI is coming, man. Leslie, how you doing? How you doing? Glad you got your live. Hey Vanessa, the only way to get over that, you might get on the like. I was scared to get on the plane the first time. I was nervous, and then I got on it and realized I wasn't. You know what I mean? So like, it's one of those fears that yeah, you might get on it and be like, oh yeah, I don't like this, but honestly, you might on the flip side, you might get on and not be the slightest bit worried. You know what I mean? Like, but you gotta get on and see. My favorite state? I don't really have a favorite state, Mr. Noble. I Every state has its stuff, So, David, I don't think AI will turn into Skynet. It's funny to me that, and because I read a lot of comments on like these AI videos, some of them I watched, and the fact that we base as grown, intelligent adults, we base our fears of AI on a movie. Right? So, you mean like that's crazy to me? Like that, you mean like instead of like doing the research and looking and be like, what do I think AI is going to do? We're like, well, in Terminator, Skynet took over, so that's what I'm scared. It's just weird. This is what we do as humans. This is what we do. You know what I mean? Why would the computers want to take over? We're gonna like the computers are not going to get together and be like, let's take over humanity. We're going to allow ourselves to be taken over, if that makes any sense. We're gonna hand them the keys. Go. We don't want to do nothing. We're gonna let the computer, the AI do everything. So like the computers don't have to band together and take over. Like we're gonna take ourselves over with AI. Deborah, I think it would be safe for a woman to travel alone. Where I'm at, you know what I mean? I can't speak to other places, but like I see women walking around by themselves all the time. Like, you know, once again, do your research. Like when I came here for the first time in 2018, I just looked at like a lot of videos and like so many people were saying like, "Hey, it's nice here." You know, my wife's from America and she goes shopping and whatever by herself all the time and walks around and you know, it's not at least here in Puerto Vallarta, like it's just like I feel like any other city, a safe city kind of, you know? So yeah, I see women walking around all the time and there's no problem. Like, yeah, Vanessa, at least try it, you know. If you don't like it, you can always get off the plane. Sean, I'm in Mexico right now. I'm still gonna do my seasonal job doesn't start till next month. So oh Fluffy Bunny, yeah, stuff like that. AI to hack. Oh yeah, they're gonna use all the stuff we already do negatively, they're gonna use AI to do it even more. And then we'll have to come up with security measures to counteract the AI. We'll have to have a good AI and bad AI. Every single invention that humanity's come up with, we used it for bad, and then we had to counteract it with good. You know what I mean? Like it's they're already hacking accounts now. You know what I mean? So like it'll be the same game just with AI, as far as that's concerned, I believe. Um, but I'm telling you, we gonna hand them over the control. It's coming. Like I'm not saying to scare them. I'm just saying it's coming. AI is coming. Like it's here. You know why? Once again, why would AI want to take over? This is what no. You were giving a computer human emotion. Humans are greedy. Humans want power. Why would a computer want to take over? What does that even mean? Like it doesn't make any sense. The computers will take what? Why would a computer want to rule the world? It doesn't have, it's not greedy. It doesn't want more power. That's human. It would do that if we programmed it to do that. And then that would still be us doing it. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't under we do this with we take everything and give it human thoughts and human emotion and human frailties. If AI takes over, it will be because humans programmed it to take over, and so it's still humans. You can't. People don't. You know, you trying to talk. You can't do it. Hey, late peace boy. Thank you, Vanessa. Yeah, all I needed was a passport, and you had to fill out like a customs form on the plane, and like turn it in when you got next. The first time I came here, I was so disappointed because you know all the time on TV you see customs being a big deal. Coming into Mexico, at least coming into Puerto Vallarta, they got the most laid back, like they don't like, dude. You go to the first guy, he takes your passport, looks at you for not even a second. He's like, stamps it, boom, go. Like people be trying to always like hand him the passport. And look, he's just like, yeah, like this dude does not want to be bothered. This dude does not. He don't do. And then the second part, where you actually have to give him the form, you just, it's kind of like a TSA line and you just kind of walk up to the front, you give the guy the paper, he looks at it, he tears you off the part they keep, gives you another one, then there's a button you have to push. This is crazy. There's a button you push. If the light turns green, you go. If the light turns red, they search your bags. So of course, it got me this time. Like everybody in front of me was getting green. He was like, go. And people are like, what? He's like, go. Like, and it got to me and it went red. I was like, here we go. Which I mean, they're super cool. And he just kind of went through some of my stuff and just picked weird stuff to look at. And then he was like, all right, go. The lady next to me, I don't know what she had. It looked like sometime I don't know. She had something that they had to call the big dude over. You know what I mean? And I heard him be like, "Hey, the government in Mexico." I was like, "Let me get out of here." I don't know what they rang her up. Sis got rang up. But yeah, it's just the funniest thing. You push a button. If it's green, you just walk out the airport. If it's red, then they have to search your bag. It's just the most random. It's crazy. What's up, Savannah? Yeah, why does everybody think AI might shut itself off? Like I ain't trying to deal with these humans. Mr. Noble, it's hard to say what seasonal job is the best housing and room and board situation because there are literally hundreds of seasonal places. I've only worked at like five or six. But I mean, that's why I always say get on Coolworks, do the research, because it's impossible for me to know. You know what I mean? Like it's just too. That'd be like saying, "Hey, what company in San Francisco is the best to work for?" I mean, you know what I mean? Like, how would you? You know what I mean? So, yeah, my summer seasonal job I think is 4.5 months. I think. Never been to. I went to Canada when I was like five, Leslie. So I haven't been as an adult. Missy Moto, what up? What up? What up? What up? Oh, Bobby, you got a second channel coming? Okay, okay. Oh, Sebastian. No, I don't really read any comics these days. Even when I was like big into comics, I didn't do a ton of reading. I was more collecting. Some of the new stuff I would read, but yeah, these days I just don't have the money for it, you know. Oh, the ones that I've been at, I recommend the YMCA of the Rockies. But like even it's even hard in that context of even the places I've been, it's hard to pick a clear best, as it always is in life, I feel. Because they all have kind of their pros and cons. So like the Y has good housing. The meals are you know the only place I've ever worked where they were like eat as much as you want a lot of times, but then I think it's a little too pricey. You know, so you know it's hard to say best, but I do recommend the YMCA. Kareem, I think Bozeman is a pretty cool city. Bozeman, Montana. Do I see myself doing seasonal work for the rest of my life? Probably not, James. Probably not. Probably not the rest of my life. No. But I think I want to get back into it for a little bit. Yeah. Marvel got the 8 month contract. They love giving out the 8 month contract. That's their favorite contract. They love giving out that 8 month, bro. They love if you want 8 months, they will give it to you. Yeah, Savannah, you know, we're trying to make some moves. I spent too long just sitting around the house, man. We're trying to make some moves now. I don't have a page or a video where I cover FAQ. I think part of it is since I do these streams so much, I'm always available to ask, you know. And even if I had an FAQ page, most people would still just ask. So, you know, it's a skill, Ricky. Let go, let it go and stuff. It's a skill. It's a skill, you know. But you know what I mean? Like, I enjoy, I have the collector gene definitely, but like, it's also kind of cool to get rid of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't feel deprived. There's some things that I'm like, okay, like for instance, I'm gonna buy me some Lexi Hole rookie cards, like the good ones. Like I'm gonna get me one of the top 10. If you're a Lexi Hole fan, I'm gonna get me one of the top 10 cards you want to have. One of her rookies. I'm gonna do that. Stuff like that. instead of me just buying all kinds of stuff, I like now being able to say, all right, I'm gonna treat myself and buy like an expensive car, or if I was in like maybe an expensive comic. You know what I mean? Every now and then I'll get on eBay and look to see if there's any deals on some comics. But I enjoy that over just buy. You know what I mean? Like I used to. Michael, I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Oh, Malosaurus. Think about living in a vehicle. Okay, okay, okay. It is so it's kind of cool because like people like yourself, I hear from like, hey, I'm trying to do that, and I know a lot of people who live in vans, cars, whatever, RVs, interact with or see so many people on the internet doing it, and then on my video where I talked about ways to save money on your rent or not pay rent, there are some people who were just like, that's the craziest idea ever. Living in a car, no one would ever do that. You're nuts. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like it just reminds me that on the same planet, in the same country, probably the same state, two people can have a totally different view on something. And they both be right. Well, if you say nobody would ever do that and there's millions of people doing it, you're not right. But I don't know, it's just funny to me. People are like, no one would ever live in their car. And I'm like, bro, I know people who are trying to do it, like by choice. Like it's just different. People see the world different. It's kind of cool. I feel you, Savannah. Sometimes you just want to throw stuff down, roll out, but you got to be a little responsible. I get that. I get that. I get that. Sean, I don't know if I would ever go back to full time. Well, I never lived in my car. I just road tripped and slept in it for a while, for a few nights. So I don't know if I personally want to live in my car. If I had a van, maybe that'd be something different. Um, but I could see myself maybe road tripping again, staying in it every now and then. Might be about to go see John Wick 4. Okay, okay. James is in the van. Take showers at the gym, save money on rent. I'm telling you, more people. I mean, it's a byproduct of the system. More people are just like, I'm not going to be working just to be broke. I'm not going to be apartment poor or house poor. People are just not doing it. You know, if it was still easy and affordable to get an apartment and you could still, have most of your paycheck, people would do it. But people are just like, I'm not going to go through this life having no money in a crappy apartment. you know, People are like, man, if I could have a decent apartment and no money, maybe, but a crappy apartment and no, I'm not doing it. Like it's a byproduct of the system. Hopefully, the day comes soon when the system gets rearranged. But that's another reason I want to do some more traveling too outside the country, is so I can talk more about options for living outside the country for cheaper. That's something I really want to talk about. I want to go to my seasonal job this summer so I can talk about seasonal work as an option for saving money. Um, I want to get some footage of that definitely, but maybe not this trip as much, but times after that, I really want to. And if I can figure some stuff out this trip too, but time after that, I really want to start talking about, hey, you can leave the country. It's cheaper. You know what I mean? Like you can save money. So I want to look into that. I think we just have this ideal that certain things are the way they have to be, and I think people are slowly waking up to that and being like, no, they're not. Your car apartment, your car apartment. I like that, Raza. I like that. Malisaurus. Somebody is gonna get smart and come up with just a shower place. You know what I mean? Somebody is gonna come up with the place that all they do is sell showers. Somebody's going, wait a second. You got all these people living in their cars, needing showers. Why is Planet Fitness getting all that money when most of the people don't want to work out? Somebody's just going to come up with the shower tower. You know what I mean? And it'll just be a place, and they got 20 showers and a coffee shop. You know what I mean? Something like that. You throw coffee in there and make money. But 5 bucks to shower, 15 minute shower. Like somebody's just gonna do something like that. Like this is what I'm saying. I think the world is another way. The world is gonna look so much different because people are gonna start catering to this huge nomad vehicle dwelling class we have. That's a lot of money people give Planet Fitness and they don't even work out. So it's gonna be like, how hard is it to get a building and put 10 showers in it? Put locks in it. You mean like come on, like it's someone's gonna do that. Someone's gonna make a mint. Cheers for beer, starting a road trip in 14 days. Nice, nice, have fun. When people say the best things in life are free, I think it's true. I mean, I feel it's true too. Like, I mean, the things we really care about in life are free. Love, happiness. On some level, health is free. Now, getting back healthy when you're sick isn't, but health is free. Like you're born healthy. You don't have to pay no money to be born healthy. You know what I mean? And health is like one of the most important things. So like all the really important stuff is free. Before there was money, we still had life. And people were still living and enjoying their life. You know what I mean? It wasn't like money came along and then suddenly all the important stuff in life came when you could buy it. But no, like all the important stuff in life was already here. We just start putting a price on some of it. No, I don't think you can ever too old to learn to skateboard. As long as you can stay on the skateboard, I think you're good. Yeah, that's a good point too. When the self-driving cars come, you can sleep in your car and just tell it to you just program in, 10 spots and it just drive around all night. That I didn't think about that before. When the self-driving cars come, you just sleep in the back seat and the car they can't get you for like being parked in your car. You know what I mean? You just give it a give it about 5 or 6 minutes. It'll drive to one for 10 minutes, sit there, you know what I mean? It'll just drive around. Then they can't get you. That's actually, I never thought about that. Guy got sick of working jobs he hated to throw away on rent, dropped out, ditched the apartment, lives in a tent. Hey, hey, I'm telling you, more people. That's another one. People are like, why would you ever say live in a tent? That's crazy. I'm like, some people are doing it. If it's too extreme for you, it's too extreme for you. But people are doing it. People are doing it. Chat finally got a chat window. I don't know what that means, Scott. What does that mean? Mr. Noble, I just been eating at the Walmart. So yeah, I just when I'm traveling, I eat pretty much like I eat at home. I do the same stuff I do at home. I walk around, went to Walmart, go make some videos tomorrow. You know. Ooh, past 100 likes. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. A festival called Tim Fest. I don't really do fest. I don't really do festivals. If it'd be called Tim Fest, I wouldn't even be there. Ricky, money can't buy friends and real happiness. No. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I think even people who really like making money, when they're being honest, will tell you, like, yeah, the really important stuff they can't buy. Some stuff, it definitely comes in handy on some things, but the really important stuff they can't buy. Like that's not its function. You know what I mean? That's not a flaw in money. Like that's not its function. Money's to facilitate the exchange of goods and services. That ain't got nothing to do with happiness. Maybe some momentary happiness, but like that real, it can't. It can't. No, it's just not what it's supposed to do. Chocolate Nomad said, "Why go back to seasonal work? Just keep traveling, man." I want to go work a seasonal job. Like I miss people. I genuinely miss being around people, and when I travel, it's mainly just me. I've spent too much time in the past few years. It just being me. Like I'm kind of getting a little down, waking up to just me every morning. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that from like, oh, I need to find a mate, but I want something bigger than me. You know what I mean? Like I want to go to work and we have like stuff we got to do. Here's your task for the day. I want to be part of a team. I want to be part of something. I get tired of it just being me. Like if I decide to do something, it's because I decided to do it. So, and it'll be cool to make some money other than just having to figure it out up here. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stress that comes with what in 2022 I only worked a month or so for like a real job. There's a lot of stress, especially when content creation is how you make your money. There's a lot of stress that comes with that I'm ready to not have to deal with for a while. You know what I mean? Like it's an amazing job, and like it's amazing passion. I like to say, and I'm so blessed to be able to do it. But I mean, it's up and down. Like anybody who's on their own business will tell you, it's up and down. You know what I mean? So to have 4 months where I don't have to worry about like making content and views and all that type of stuff and AdSense, it'll be kind of cool. So yeah, I just kind of want to switch it up. It's work isn't always bad. You know what I mean? Like if you find a place you like and cool co-workers is cool. And I just kind of think I need to get back around people and be a part of something. That be a part of something is big. Like I'm tired of it just being me, bro. Like I don't get excited doing stuff just for Tim. I get excited thinking about, oh, they're being a team and working with people. That excites me. Just doing stuff for me is cool. Like this trip, it's just me. It's cool. It's amazing. But like, I'm genuinely excited to like be part of something other than just me. You know what I mean? Mike, I don't know if I'll be taking live calls anytime soon. I just don't know if that's if that ideal appeals to me. Maybe like on the live streams, I would eventually like to one day have it set up. Occasionally, people may call in, but there's just a lot that goes into that. I do want to have some more guests back on, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's my calling. John, no, the Walmart here is pretty. If everything wasn't in pesos and all the stuff wasn't in Spanish, um, just walking in the door, it looks pretty much like the Walmart anywhere. Yeah, yeah, Walmart's Walmart. But they actually have a lot of registers open, surprisingly, with real cashiers. Oh, I got to show y'all something about. Watch this. I said I'm gonna make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I was like, I need some bread. I seen this bimbo bread. I said, buying it. Bimbo bread. I love it. I said, buying it. Little stuff like that. That's super silly, but y'all know me. I'm all anyway. But yeah, as soon as I saw it say bimbo bread, I'm like, me. I want it. I was kind of disappointed because this was the picture on it and not like a real bimbo. Oh, okay. Anyway, there's a whole, and it's not the term isn't used disrespectfully. The whole like bimbo fake, you know, fake lips, makeup, fake, that whole bimbo genre, I think is amazing. I think so. Yeah, that if you knew me, you're like, well, you got bimbo bread. Anyway, but yeah, so that is the fun part of the Walmart in Mexico is like the name brands are different and everything's in Spanish. So there is some English stuff, some brands, but like I bought some some rice, like some microwavable rice. And I was like, oh, I wonder, how you know, the instructions for this. And of course, they're in Spanish. So I have no clue what it says. But I was like, I can figure it out. I'll put it in Google Translate. But yeah, I love going to the Walmart because it feels, like home, but it's also different. It's so like they sell scooters, like moped scooters in the Walmart, 27,000 pesos, however much that is. Um, that actually ain't that expensive. Hold on. I got I think it said 27,000. That's only $1,500. That ain't bad at all. Okay, yeah, but they sell like motor scooters in the Walmart here. Red Pill Vegan, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I seen this shirt at Target. I was like, yeah, I like that. I like that. I keep missing one out in the comments. Yeah, the tent game has gotten better. Somebody's gonna come more. Give it a few years, and I think more people are really gonna tap into like, oh, these people are living in cars, they live in vans, they live in tents. Let's get some, and they're gonna realize, oh, these people are doing it to save money, which means they have money. Right now, people just see people doing that, and they're like, oh, they're broke, they're homeless, whatever. Negative connotation. When people start realizing, the average person realizes, oh, these people are doing this to save money, someone's going to come and try to get that money. Let's build a shower tower. Let's get some like 6-person tents with rooms in them. Like, I'm telling you, people, hey, here's a place where you can safely live in your tent, not like a campground, but like an urban campground. You can live in your tent. Here's your little spot, $10 a night. Like I'm telling you, they're gonna come for that money. They're gonna come for that money, which would be good. Sometimes innovation based on, oh, that group of people has money, let's get some of it, can be good for that group of people. So I think we're gonna see a lot of change until they try to come out and make it illegal to do any of this. But then people will just start leaving the country. But yeah, I think people will come for that money. Hey, Selena, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Selena, thank you so much. Super Chat Squad, that is love. Thank you so much. So keep up the great work. Muchas gracias, senor. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. You are welcome. Yes, appreciate the love. Thank you so much. We here. And I've been trying to say the love. I only know like 3 Spanish words. I've been trying to say them. Hola, gracias. When I get in the Uber, hola. And I can tell by my horrible accent, I don't know any Spanish. They like this dude. It's just these ignorant Americans. I love it. Rhonda coming through with love. Thank you. Sis, have a taco and meet some. Thank you, Rhonda. That is love. Super Chat Squad. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. Super Chat Train. Choo choo. Let's go. Selena and Rhonda. Yes. I'll probably just get a taco from Walmart, but I don't know. I might eat at a restaurant tomorrow. I'm just not a foodie. So like, I know for some people that's sacrilege to go somewhere and not eat the local food. I just really don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, I come to see the sights, watch the people, like the food is like, if I was traveling with somebody and they were like, oh, let's go in that restaurant. I was like, okay, but like just me, like, I don't, it's not like when I fly home, I'm like, man, I didn't try the tacos. If it, presents itself, but I don't know. Deborah, I did not speak any Spanish now. Nah. Yeah, I'm gonna eat the bread, keep the bag. The room's echoey? Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know that Google Translate has a feature you can take a picture of it and translate it. Yes. Good, because there was a lot of instructions on that rice. And I was like, man, that's going to be a lot of typing into Google Translate. Oh, yes, Ron, I'm in Mexico. Puerto Vallarta. Yeah, there's, especially when you go in like the touristy areas, yeah, there's so many expats. Like there's so many Americans walking around. Like when you go down to like if you go down to like the Maui Cone by the beach over there, it's nothing but. And I mean, some of them are probably on vacation, but yeah, man, it's so many like retirees and dude, my plane here, there might have been 3 Hispanic people on the plane. My plane to Mexico was nothing. was there was all white people. And I think there was like 3 black folk, but maybe 3 Hispanic people. I'm like, on the plane to Mexico, no Mexicans. Okay, but it was coming out of Salt Lake City. But which I imagine is probably a lot of Mexicans in Salt Lake City. Oh, Bimbo and Stroman are the same company. I don't even know who man is. I like the Bimbo name better. Daniel, I try to appreciate women in general, across the board. If she's fine, she's fine. Or I try to appreciate women and all people in general. But in this aspect, yeah, I appreciate, I don't really, but I really do like the bimbo kind of look. Like, that's when people are like, what do you think about plastic surgery? I'm like, yes. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's super hot when a woman takes like, the time, the money to like craft her own look. You know what I really like is like, it's because plastic surgery's been around a while. But when you see a woman who's like 60 and had work done when she was younger, but she still like kind of has that like 60 hot, you know what I mean? But like I see the lady on the plane, I was like, oh, like she's kind of like that, Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, okay. Yeah, I'm all for it. Get the work done. I'm all for it. How the mamacitas? Oh, there's some beautiful women out here. I don't get a lot of. I've noticed. I don't know. I just don't. I don't get any love when I come to. Um, but it was all good. I can still watch. Hey, appreciate you saying Ozzy. So, what would happen? Hey Tim, would happen to know where I can safely sleep for free in my car or pop up rooftop tent? Um, a lot of that depends on where you're at. The rooftop tent, I don't know. There's quite a few places I think you can. I got a video about 25 places to sleep in your car. Places you can get away with sleeping in your car. You popping up the rooftop tent, that might be a little different. I mean, you know, you may have to be out somewhere to do that. But check the video out. Yeah, if you want some ideas. Better flight. Honestly, it is cheaper down to the research because sometimes it's like, oh, that's why I'll get on Google Flights and I just look. You know, I love getting on Google Flights. So I'll get on Google Flights and I'll just look. And sometimes it'll be like some of them, yeah, some flights it'll be like, yeah, if you book it for next week, it's 3 times as much as you book 3 months out. Other flights, not so much. I think it depends on the demand of those flights, like that how many, what airlines running and how many trips a day they're doing. I don't know. But yeah, sometimes I always recommend booking way in advance. But yeah, like I said, this trip, I decided to take it a couple of weeks ago, maybe. And yeah, it was $500. It might have, if I booked it 3 months out, have been 350 or something. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, they're if that much cheaper. Like I don't really, yeah, it probably would have been 3 something if I booked it way in advance. So like, it's to me it was still cheap, and I have money in my Delta account from flights I bought and canceled. So that was cool. But yeah, it doesn't always, like I said, there are some places that it is. For instance, you try to fly to Anchorage, Alaska, because I look at this a lot. You need to book it almost 6 months out or something like that. But this flight wasn't that much more expensive. Part of the reason I decided to come, I was like, oh, five something. I'm like, bet, let's go. James, I don't watch men's basketball, so I was watching the EuroLeague women's playoffs, which just ended. Shout out to Satu Sabali, Steely Auto. Sluty, all of them, Satu Sablias. She mixed in German. Stop. You ever hear her talk German? It's like, anyway, but I don't watch like the NBA now. Somebody spying on me through the mirror? Maybe. I ain't got nothing to hide. Like, they don't have to spy on me. They can just tune into the live stream. Hey, Launchpad, checking in through crappy seasonal work Wi-Fi. I know about that. And you're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, man, it's all good. It's all good. I appreciate you just coming through showing love, man. Appreciate you, But I know about that seasonal work Wi-Fi. That's always one of those things. He's like, oh, y'all can't get, it's 2023. Y'all can't get Wi-Fi. If I had a girlfriend, would I pay for her plastic surgery? Yes. 1,000% yes. If it was something that like I wanted as well. Like I thought, I was like, oh, that'd be hot. Yeah, totally. But that's why you have money. Totally. I keep telling y'all think I'm joking. That's part of the reason. I'll tell you, the right woman will come along and be like, Tim is always joking about all this money he would spend on the right woman. What am I waiting on? I'll think I'd be joking. Of course, totally. What else would I spend money on? We there. Frantics. 2 suitcases. I only have 2 suitcases. One went under the seat, one went in the overhead. Yes. I've had Skyscanner before. Mr. Noble, I only fly Delta. So yeah, there are definitely, that's why you never see me make videos about like travel tips, how to get cheap flights, because that's not how I do it. I use Google Flights and I always pick the Delta flight. I use Booking and Airbnb. So yeah, Skyscanner, you can get on there, find lots of deals, secret flights. There's a lot of them. I'm only going to pick Delta no matter what. So unless Delta doesn't go there. Like if I'm flying out the country and Delta only goes so far, okay. So a lot of the hacks for finding cheaper flights, I don't use because I'm going to pick Delta. So it's going to be what it's going to be. Because I love Delta. So, yeah. HRH. Yeah, YouTube's the algorithm might be a little off. I think technically I'm streaming from YouTube Mexico. So maybe that has something to do. That has something to do with it. I got the shirt from Target. Yeah, it came from Target. Yeah, let me give you the full. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Sonny, what up? I'm in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, man. Oh, you got a travel proposition? Okay. Yeah, hit me up. Yeah, we talk. Hit me up, Sonny. We talk, man. We talk. Good to see you. Thank you, Rose. Easton, yeah. It's all good, man. Ever heard of Travel Zoo? Nah, I don't know what that. What is that? What's Travel Zoo? Is that legal? Rose said I tried to get a bubble butt. Hey. Oh, they'll do it. They got girls in the States that'll hook that up for you. A little fix a flat. That's how they used to do it. Yeah, man. It's I admit this morning kind of kicked my butt. I feel like my energy is a little lower than normal, just because today I did a lot of walking in the heat. The second walk carrying 2 bags of Walmart. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So I went to Walmart yesterday to get dinner. Nobody told me that they didn't have bags. So I didn't buy a lot of stuff. Like I bought some water, I bought some microwave chicken wings, and some oatmeal, just not too much stuff. But then there were no bags. So I had to carry I had to carry it all out the store, and then I just called an Uber. But like, I had a cart and wait for my Uber, and then when I was getting in the Uber, he's looking at me like, "Why does this dude just have stuff?" It was crazy. It was crazy. So today, shout out to my Airbnb host. He had Walmart bags, the recyclable bags. So I took them, but I was carrying two, you know, Walmart bags down the road. So I'm a little worried. We are here. We are here. Oh, Travel Zoo gives you deals on flights and hotels combined. Oh, yeah. Like I don't really know too much of like the travel stuff because like I use Booking, Airbnb, Google Flights, and Delta. Like I don't. I've already identified my core. You know, so I just I don't deviate. Like why? I know for me like it's not. Like I don't know. I know if I use those resources, it'll work out okay. And so if it costs me a little bit more, you know, yeah, my Prius is good. Prius is good. Roasted Rage went to the top of a mountain today. Nice, nice, nice. Sharon says you make life feel sane. Hey, I appreciate that. That's all I'm really trying to do. I feel like that is my ministry, mission, passion. If I in my small little way, can help some folks just, navigate through this world and realize it's not serious. None of this really matters. You can just enjoy yourself. It'll be over before you know it. No, but seriously, like I just, if I could just put that message out there and a few people listen, it's just like it doesn't have to be, the world's gonna do what it's gonna do, people are gonna do what they're gonna do, but like there's really nothing you have to do. Just enjoy yourself. What do I plan to do here? I'm not gonna do much. So it'll probably just be the beach. Like I'm probably not gonna go up and see any mountains or um I'll probably just walk around, see the city, go down to the beach. So my plan is I'm gonna be here a week. You witnessed a woman berating her daughter, Rose. How do I handle people berating their children? I don't. I just keep walking. I don't need my business. Does that sound cold? Yeah, that wouldn't have. I mean, I guess because I didn't have a childhood where that would be triggering. So it was. I honestly, I'd be like, what was the girl doing? These kids got to learn. But that, yeah, it does. Some kid. Hey, when you're a kid, your parents. I don't want to see no kids getting beat and abused. But I probably would just be like, let me get out of here. Like, yeah, probably wouldn't have. I wouldn't have done anything, honestly. Smack her in the back of the head. Oh yeah, I'd have kept walking. I'm like, I ain't gonna make eye contact. This lady come here and smack me in the back of my head. Like, you know, like I say, I hate to see kids getting. If I feel like, oh, that's a little bit much, but it's kind of one of those things. Like you see something and you don't like it, but at the end of the day, that's both those people's journey. So, you know, a lot of people went through childhoods like that, and it turned them into. It's not an excuse, but it turned them into the person they are today, and they might now be a huge advocate for children's rights or something. You know what I mean? So like, it's just it's all it's their journeys. You know. And then yeah, I don't know what that mom was going through, what she been through, how bad that kid is. Anyway, so I don't know. It's just kind of everybody's journey. Supernatural Black Life. How's it going? How's it going? Miriam, thank you. Yeah, I plan to. I plan to. Sorry to hear about that, Chris. I mean, our minds are good at that. Something I was thinking on recently. You said your mind is replaying the worst things. I asked myself why, because my brain kept bringing something up, and I said, why is my brain bringing that up? Especially, I don't want it to bring it up, but it's me bringing it up because I am my mind. So I'm like, why am I? I stopped separating. Why am I bringing that up? And that wants to keep bringing this up. But since it's me, I'm just going to take this, lock it in a box, and put it in a small part of my mind. And every time it will pop up, I'm like, for some reason, a small part of me wants me to think about this. I don't want to. And since I am my mind, since I'm in control here, I'm just going to lock it away. And it helped. It really did. So I think sometimes it helps to ask ourselves why our mind is bringing things up. And here's the thing, too. If you keep giving your mind a response and it likes that response, it's going to keep doing whatever is getting the response. So deep down inside, we sometimes like the fact that bringing up a bad scenario makes us feel bad because at least we're feeling something. That happens a lot. On the surface, we're like, why do I keep thinking about this? But it's feeling. That might be, even though it was a horrible memory or something, that might be one of the most like emotional experiences you got going, you know what I mean? And so if you're feeling kind of like nothing's really, your mind might be like, okay, let me bring up an old memory that invokes a response because now at least we feel alive, even if it is through the lens of like pain. So that's why I'm like, I got to ask myself, why do I keep bringing, because it's me doing it. Why do I keep bringing this thing up? What's going on here? I'm getting something out of it. And obviously it must be something big if I'm willing to risk the pain that comes with it. I'll tell you, it gets deep and it's weird because it's me, it's you versus you, me versus me. Or not even verse. It's like it's you trying to help you. Like it gets deep, but I think a big part is to realize there's a reason you're doing it. And also realize like ultimately you have the power to stop doing it. Take some practice, but I think ultimately we have the power to kind of, figure out what we want to think about. Chris, no, I'm not gonna celebrate 420. I'm smoking. So, Praveen, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I know, Trey. Sebastian, I totally agree. I totally agree. Since I don't celebrate holidays, when the holiday season comes around, it is so aggravating. I just want to go to places I want to go at the times I want to go. You know what I mean? What was it? What was that? That was oh yeah, my laundromat was closed on Easter in the morning, and I always go do my clothes in the morning. Just stuff like that. I mean, if they want to have holidays, cool, but I think everything should stay open. But I understand people want to go celebrate the holiday, but I don't know. Yeah, I prefer the months with no holidays. I love this time of year. Once we get past, Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween, New Year's, Easter, like I like this part of the year. Hey, Ozzy, appreciate you saying that. Yeah, we don't have to. That's the thing. Like you never have to follow the norm. And once you realize that, like it's eye opening. I mean, it's life changing. Like once you realize, oh wait, like I don't. That was a loud motorcycle. Like no matter what, I don't have to do it how everybody else does it. Like no matter what, you don't have to. Like no one can make you. People will constantly try to like come up with situations and be like, but in this situation, you didn't know. I don't have to do it. I can do it how I want to do it. And if you're prepared to deal with the consequences, you're not worried. That's why all the time when people are like, what about this, Tim? What about the blah, blah?" I'm like, well, whatever happens, happens. Like I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna have to hold that. If it's an L, I'm gonna have to hold that L. If it's a W, it's abundance, it's a blessing. Actually, once you realize that even the L's, even the losses are blessings, that's a different video. But whatever happens, happens. No matter what happens in my life, I can say I did it my way. And that to me is more important than like achieving certain things that will follow the crowd, go along with the herd to try to achieve, and they still don't achieve it. That's what's crazy. If following the crowd actually worked and it brought you happiness and joy and love and financial freedom or wealth or all that other stuff, cool. But yet people still want to argue and look at you funny when you don't follow the crowd. I'm like, the crowd broke, the crowd miserable. But the second I step away from it and I got a smile on my face, there's something wrong. Oh, but what about this, Timothy? What about it's crazy? Like, like I, it literally don't work. Maybe for a few people, but those people would have lived like that anyway. That's just their lane. All these other people it don't work for, but then they want to turn around and criticize other people who are like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Oh, you can't. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Feels good to be different. Exactly. Yeah, dude, Frank Sinatra, I Did It My Way. That's my jam. That's my jam. I'm just waiting for Drake to remix it. That's my jam. Like, I'm not, like that to me is one of those on my deathbed, smile on my face, no matter what's happening, because I can be like, I did it the way I want to do it. Y'all didn't make me conform. Yeah, Tim, but you're dying at 50. Well, I'm dead. Hey, well then that is time to like, let's go. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I'm not excited by the prospect of living a life like everybody else. If I can live a long life doing it my way, great. Let's take 90. Let's go. But like, deathbed, if I can just be like, hey, I did it my way and I didn't let fear or other people's opinions get in the way, I'm happy with that. Let's go. What's next? Like, I'm happy. I feel like I passed this one. John, I'm in Puerto Vallarta. Yeah, Chris, I think we're all stronger than we think we are. But the only way to know how strong you are is to, do some lifting. And, if you don't get in the gym and then do some, you don't know, if you don't pick up some barbells, you don't know, you don't know you can lift 50 pounds until you lift 50 pounds. And I think in life, we're scared to do lifting. We're scared to do the lifting. And so often, and, people are always telling us, you can't lift that. So, there's so many things we can handle. I mean, I like to think about like childhood. So many of us went through stuff in childhood. I know I had a great childhood, but stuff happened. You know what I mean? And there's people who had horrible childhoods. They got through it. They handled it. But then we become adults and suddenly we think we can't. We have no capacity to deal with anything. We can't deal with it sober. We can't deal with it without, all these vices. We can't deal with it. And now I'm not against therapy, but I do think some people take that to an excess. You know, I think we all could benefit from seeing a therapist or talking to a professional once a month or something. But there's some people who literally think they can't go through life without someone telling them what to do. And I'm like, but when we was kids, we went through all kinds of stuff and didn't have the wisdom and experience we have now, but suddenly we can't. It's just interesting to me. Chris, I think someone can have their prime anytime. Like, I think your whole life could be your prime. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think you can have your prime anytime. Yeah. I think the goal is just to live life and never think about your prime. I think the goal is to live your life to the fullest every decade, every year, and never look at one part of your life as your prime. Because then that'll make you not make certain decisions. Oh, my prime was in my 20s. Um, like you you might look at something, oh, I was in my physical prime, in my 20s. But like your prime in general in life, I think you should be trying to do that every month, every year, you know, because I mean you're experiencing life differently the older you get. And I think this is, as a young person, I know I didn't realize this, and I'm just starting to realize it. I'm still young, only 43, but like I'm finally starting to see this, that like, oh, it's not about these are the best years and then it's over. It's about every set of years comes with different stuff. And life is about learning it. You learn your 20 stuff in your 20s, you learn your 30 stuff in your 30s, you learn your 40 stuff in your 40s, all up until like there's some stuff, if you make it to 95, you're gonna learn that you didn't know in your 80s, I'm sure. So I'm like, oh, that's what life is, as opposed to like, oh, it's over when I turn 39. Like, what does that even, like, no, it's a process, it's constant education if you're willing to learn. Todd checking in. I mean, yeah, Ricky, I think there's a lot we can do for ourselves, but I also think since we're social creatures, there is benefit from talking to others. I think it's a balance of both. If you try to figure it all out on your own, I think you'll come up short. And if you rely on others totally, I think you'll come up short. So I think there's that balance, But I do feel like we live in a society that it kind of went from demonizing therapy to like almost over pushing it, or is going in that direction. Where there's some people who genuinely think they can't go through life without, guidance on everything. There's a lot of people who think there's something wrong with them. And I think our society preaches that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with anybody. I think we're all just human going through human stuff. I think we're all just byproducts of, our past, our DNA, life, society. And I just think we need to, within that framework, work through it and live the best life we can. But like, I don't think there's anything wrong with anybody. Is there areas we could grow? Yeah. Are there traits about ourselves we might want to change? Are there some things if we worked on them, our lives could be better? Yeah. But I don't think anything's wrong with anybody. What happened with the internet? I feel like I feel like the numbers just went crazy in a bad way. Let me check one to see what's going on. See if I can see my stream. So, right. Oh, it keeps cutting out. Yeah, it's probably. Hey, I'm on this internet. This. Yeah, yeah. I seen the numbers go. Like, well, there went that internet. I was testing out to see. I was testing out to see how good. I don't know. It might be the internet, because the same thing was happening when I was at home. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the internet, my laptop, YouTube. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's kind of frustrating that it keeps happening. But at least we've had some time together. I don't know. I do want to here shortly get a new laptop, because that is one constant, in this equation. So, which next time I stream, I'm gonna try it on my phone, see what happens. Is it back now? Yeah. See, it always comes when I start really dropping knowledge. I start really getting deep. Start really start really dropping that knowledge. The stream goes out. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm gonna jump off. especially if the stream's acting crazy and I really do need to go eat something. So yeah, I'll just take that as a sign. I'm gonna jump off. Thank y'all for tuning in. Big shout out to the Super Chat squad, people who came through, everybody, the lurkers, usual suspects. I promise y'all next time my energy will be a little higher. Stay tuned for some videos. I'm gonna try to do some walk and talks, probably also film some here in the house. Got some ideas I've been wanting to do for a while, so this is a great occasion. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Love each and every one of y'all. Talk to y'all later.